Adam Sandler? What are you doing here?
Waiting for them to play Gangnam Style.
It's been a long while since I've done any kind of tier list, and since I haven't done one in a while, I figured I'd give you guys a special treat. Because I'm going to rank every suit in Spider-Man 2 from the very bottom of F tier all the way to the top of S tier. There's clearly going to be a lot of rankings in this video, and of course that means a lot of my own opinions, which are not as popular as most opinions. But at the end of the day, this video is just to entertain, and mostly because I want views, so if you disagree with any rankings in this video, feel free to leave a very long-worded comment down below. Anyway, let's start the ranking. Alright, starting this off correctly with the Evolved suit coming in dead last, and just give me a second to explain myself before you click off because you think I'm just overreacting. I genuinely have never hated a suit more in my entire life as a Spider-Man wannabe. There is not one thing I could think of that I actually like about this suit. The hair is a neat idea, but it's done horribly. The giant spider logo doesn't even look like a spider. Not to mention it's got 4 fucking legs, and there's these stupid ass shield potions from Fortnite running through the suit, making Miles look like an energy drink version of Bane. And the worst part about this is that this is supposed to be Miles' suit. This is the suit that he looked at and said,
"Time for a Miles Morales original, you know? One of one." That shit's ass, bro.
Meanwhile, his other outfit was a Miles Morales fucking original. And the fact that they force you to use this suit for anything longer than 3 seconds is probably the whole reason why the game didn't win Game of the Year. Coming in right above the Evolved suit is the Saving Lives suit, and in all honesty, this one might be even worse than the Evolved suit. The mask just looks odd, to say the least. I get that it's supposed to be Wraith's color palette, but the gold does not match well with the purple. And it looks like the jacket he's wearing is at least 12 sizes too small. I refuse to believe Spider-Man, of all people, the person who swings around the city flipping and diving midair, would wear this tight-ass jacket that doesn't even look like it has any sort of armor or protection. And if it wasn't bad enough, I can't even tell what is happening on the chest. I'm assuming it's supposed to be a spider logo, but it just ends up looking like a face, and yeah, I just don't like it. Coming in above the Saving Lives suit is Miles' homemade suit, and this suit is a suit. That's the best I can say. The suit is actual ass. I get it's supposed to be homemade suits, and the homemade suits are supposed to show how a more inexperienced spider suit would be made. But I just don't like it. I don't like the lines on the mask. I don't even want to mention the holes in the mask. The white sleeves throw it off. And there's another version that makes the sleeves black, but they made the goggles this weird orange color. So yeah, I don't like this suit, but I'm putting it above the other two for the Tims and the Tims only. Next up is the black and gold suit, and I really don't think I need to explain this one. It's one of the most disliked suits in all of Spider-Man suits, and for a very good reason, and I'm not going to spend 20 minutes explaining why this suit is so shit. Basically, the short version is wires equal bad and lens equal bad. Moving on. And finishing off F tier, we got the last hunt suit for Peter and the most dangerous game suit for Miles, which are the exact same suits and are both just as shit. All the styles are bad, except maybe the white one, and yeah, shit suit, onto E tier. And starting off the E tier with another stinker, we got the Strike suit. Now, I'll be honest, I really don't like this suit at all. I maybe used it for 5 minutes before I just couldn't look at it anymore. But I will say it is a lot better here than it is in the Miles Morales game version. In Spider-Man 2, they added these colors surging through the gauntlets, and depending on the color, can look really good. But that's its only redeeming quality, to be honest. Alright, moving on to the Programmable Matter suit. This suit felt a lot better in the Miles Morales game, and I don't know if it's just me, but I'm just not feeling this suit. I get it's supposed to be futuristic, but why does it look so blocky? But I do like the spider logos, and why is his ass so square? Coming up next is a Secret Wars suit. I like what this suit is attempting. I like the cargo pants with the combat equipment. But one thing that always bugs me about this suit is the forearms. They stand out way too much, and his arms just look pale, and most of the time I'm using this suit, I'm staring at the arms because they just look so out of place. And I'm sorry, but why do some suits change the color of the web wings, but not all of them? For Miles, when he uses the Evolved suit and a couple of other suits, the web wings change to this bluish color to match the rest of his suit. But with Peter, only a couple of suits have different web wings, including this one. Even when the actual suit has its own web wings. Anyway, rant over, we're now moving on to the Anti-Ox suit. And this suit is just a slightly better version of the black and gold suit. It doesn't have as much going on, and there's not a million wires. But instead, there's all these random indents and lines that are there for basically no reason. Yeah, I get it's an armored suit, but it doesn't even look that safe to wear. I'd be more worried about someone laughing at me after saving their life, more than if I'm protected by the this piece of shit. Moving on to the Tom Holland homemade suit. Like I said earlier, I usually enjoy homemade suits, and I do enjoy certain parts of this one. I like the more amateur looking web shooters. And the goggles are a nice idea. There's a lot I also don't like with this suit. The boots look like those giant red boots that every person wanting to show how much money they have and how stupid they are were wearing a while ago. And for some reason the hoodie pockets look really weird. I know that sounds like a nitpick, but for some reason those pockets frustrate me so much. And the mouth, dude. Why? And while I said the goggles are nice, one thing that stands out when you look at the suit close up is that on certain parts you could see that it was clearly sewed onto the mask, but on other parts it just looks like it's been fused with the mask and it looks really weird to me. Finally done with the homemade suit and on to the smoke and mirrors suit. When I first got this suit, I thought, wow, those Mysterio portals were a complete waste of my time. But after using the suit for a little bit, I started to appreciate it a bit more. And I really like the red style color, but all around, it's an alright skin. Don't really have too much to say. And right above the smoke and mirrors suit is the life story suit for both Peter and Miles, because they're both pretty much identical aside from some of the other styles. And it's an okay skin, it's really nothing to write home about, but as a kid I would always wonder what an astronaut Spider-Man suit would look like, and I got to see it, so I can't complain too much. Alright, starting off D-tier, we got the Boricua suit. Hopefully I didn't just butcher the shit out of that. This suit, in all honesty, just feels kind of boring. It's just Miles' normal suit with a slight change, but I do like some of the other styles, but it just isn't enough to make it feel different for me. And next up is the Purple Rain suit, aka the Miles Prowler suit. And ever since the suit was introduced in the Miles Morales game, I always felt like the purple wasn't vibrant enough and just ended up being a suit I forgot about, but luckily enough, Insomniac listened to my prayers and made a suit style that has actual purple on it. But with that being said, I really don't like how small the lenses are. I've never been a big fan of small lenses, but I was never the biggest hater of it, but I'm definitely starting to see where people are coming from. Anyway, some of the other styles are okay. I like the red and gray one. It kind of feels like a better version of the programmable matter suit, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And coming up next is the hybrid suit. Just an even shittier version of the Iron Spider suit. And I already don't like the Iron Spider suit, but I'd still rather look at that than whatever the fuck this is. I don't know what Marvel's obsession is with these little lines, but whoever is in charge of the suit design at Marvel needs to be fired instantly. Moving on to the Absolute Carnage suit, which is basically just Miles' version of the symbiote suit, and it's a nice design. I like the other styles, especially the one that looks like Carnage. And I like the black lines going down from the lenses, but all around it's just a decent suit. I just feel like another suit does this slightly better. Moving on, I always have a hard time figuring out which one of these I like more because they're all so similar, but nonetheless, in the next spot we have the King in Black suit. This suit doesn't do too much different from the Absolute Carnage suit, but I like the warrior look of the outfit, the giant spiked shoulder pads, the cloth wrapped around his arms. But there are some things I don't like about the suit, like the weird swirly thing on his head, and the bees kind of make it look like Miles is part tree, but it's not a bad suit in my opinion. And now we're on to the suit that I said was done slightly better than the Absolute Carnage suit, the Dark Ages suit. I really do like this suit. The weird hood cowl thing being behind his head is a really nice look and looks very similar to Spawn. And the other styles are very similar to the Absolute Carnage alternate styles, but without all those weird sticks plastered all over it. I also really like the eye lenses and the spider logos, but that's about it. Okay, and next up we got the first advanced suit. And there's already 12-minute videos on this godforsaken website about this suit alone, and I get where everyone's coming from. For the most part, this is a really nice suit. The white spider logo with the little hints of white throughout the suit. The logo itself looks really nice, but the red is clearly not red enough, and it just feels a little too normal and not normal. Feels like it's trying to do everything at once while also doing absolutely nothing. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Kumo suit, and if you haven't disliked, told me to kill myself, and deleted YouTube from your life, you will now. I actually really like this suit for some reason, and the worst part is that I really don't know why. I can tell the glaring issues with the suit, like the tiny-ass spider logo, which it just feels generous even calling this a spider logo. And the art style is a mix between looking comic booky but also realistic, but the suit isn't realistic even in this world where everything inside a book bag will never fall out of it even if it's being held upside down. But yeah, long story short, I like this suit, but I have no clue why. Hate me. Alright, now we're on to the Great Responsibility suit, and in my opinion I feel like this is kind of just on the same level as the Kumo suit, but I like the alternate styles a lot more than the actual suit. It just feels like literally every other suit style looks better than the original version of it. And I'm sorry, but if Peter gave me this suit as a gift, I just straight up wouldn't wear it. Like, the shit doesn't even fit him. Holy shit, we're just now getting onto C tier. Wow, this video is going to be a lot longer than I thought. Anyway, starting off at the very bottom of C tier is the stealth suit. Just looks like someone pretending to be Spider-Man Noir, but without the cool factor. Finally, we're talking about the Iron Spider suit. So where do I start? This suit is just... it's shit. Yes, I know I put it in C tier, but in my opinion, C tier is still a pretty bad suit. I feel like anything below B tier shouldn't be used for more than 30 seconds. But the stupid lines are still there, obviously. The logo looks like ass. I can't even really tell what's what. And the gold trim is done better in this suit due to the fact that the suit is made of metal or whatever the fuck it's made out of. But I do like the eyes. They have this very little bit of glow to them, which makes it a nice touch, but still a shit suit. Alright, now we're on to the new blue suit. And even though the C tier suits aren't that good, at least these last two suits are somewhat alright, and you could use them for at least 5 seconds before wanting to gouge your eyeballs out with a fork. But with that being said, the suit still really isn't anything crazy. It's pretty much just a color swap, and then it changed to the spider logo, which looks horrible by the way, but it's a nice blue suit, I guess. And finishing off C tier, we got the Shadow Spider suit, and I'm sorry, but I don't really see the hype for this suit. It's a good idea, but certain parts I really just don't like. Like how they just didn't put a spider logo on the chest and instead it just kind of looks like it's on the bottom of the mask, which is just a very weird design choice. And since there's no spider logo, the whole chest area kind of feels like it's just a missing texture. But I do like the style with the red cape on the inside. I do think it looks nice. And I forgot to put the Arachnite suit in the tier list, but it would have gone right next to the suit anyway. They're on the same level in my mind. Okay, finally, we're on to the suits that I would actually wear throughout my first playthrough for a decent amount of time. Starting off B tier, we got the Advanced Suit 2.0. And this pretty much fixed what I didn't like about the first advanced suit. They made the oranginess a lot more red, along with a little bit more white accents, as well as making the blue pop out a lot more. But yeah, all around good suit, and seems like something Peter would genuinely wear, especially for this version of Peter. The Brooklyn 2099 suit. So I do like this suit, but I really only like the first two styles, and I only like the suit at night, because during the days the colors are just way too dim and you can't see it at all. One thing I do wish we got with the suit is a more red version of the suit, because it's kind of this pinkish red instead of it just being red. All around pretty good suit, and I guess I like the pants. Advanced Tech suit. I'll be completely honest, the only reason the Advanced Tech suit is above the Brooklyn 2099 suit is because of the fact that I could actually wear the suit during the day. Really the only reason. It's not a bad skin by any means, it's just a little too simple. And next up we got the track suit, and it's an alright skin, it's nothing crazy. It works a lot better as an early game suit, as a slight alternative to the default suit, and some of the other styles are nice. It's not the best skin in the world, but I've seen a lot worse. Okay, getting close to the end of B tier, we got the Spider-Punk suit. And I've always been a fan of not only the character, but the suit itself. But there is only one thing I don't like about the Spider-Punk suit, and that's the eye lenses. They're way too curved and normal looking, when in pretty much every other iteration of Spider-Punk he has very jagged looking eyes, but it's a small critique. Still a good suit, just not the best. And now we're on to the TASM 1 suit. And I don't really know how to talk about this suit without reiterating a bunch of already made points, but here's the obvious things. The spider logos look really nice, especially the one on the back. The eye lenses are very good, and of course the weird ass basketball texture has never been a good choice. And the suit also has a small case of unnecessary lines on the legs, but all around fairly good suit, but obviously there's one that's leagues better. Moving on to the Forever suit, aka the Black Panther suit, which I think is a really well done version of Spider-Man as Black Panther, but I can't help but feel like the only usable style is the all black version, because any other version just kind of looks like a costume from Party City, and that can be good if it's done on purpose, but this is clearly not, but it doesn't make it a bad skin. I just wish I could use other styles without feeling like the suit's made out of plastic. And finishing off B tier, we got the Miles Morales 2020 suit. And this is one of those suits that's grown on me a lot. When I first saw this suit in the Miles Morales game, I thought it was one of the shittiest suits of all time. I didn't like the mask, I didn't like the futuristic look, but it's those things that made me love this suit so much. And the extra styles they added in was just a cherry on top, especially that purple and black one. Okay, finally we're on to A tier, so every skin from now is an amazing skin with only very nitpicky critiques, so you have been warned. So starting off A tier, we got the Sportsman suit, which in my opinion is definitely my version of Miles's homemade suit. This is just leagues ahead of that hot piece of ass.
What would you do if you saw me eating a cookie at Starbucks?
The simplicity of it with just a simple red hoodie with a nice blue jacket and mask. The shorts are a nice addition and the gloves are also nice. And not to mention that style that basically looks like that one scene from Into the Spider-Verse is just perfect. Very underrated suit. And right after we got the classic and the upgraded suit. I'm putting these in the same spot because there's little to absolutely no differences in these suits aside for some unneeded lines. And they made the suit a little more black instead of this weirdish gray, and that made the red pop out more, but yeah, it's alright. Moving on, we got the Anti-Venom suit, basically the Advanced 2.0 suit, but it's white and black. But I do really like the lenses on this suit. If the Spider-Punk had these lenses, it would be so much better, but yeah, not bad.
I'm over here stroking my dick.
And next up, we got the Best There Is suit, aka the Wolverine suit. And this is one of my favorite suits in the entire game, and I've barely used it. Every style is amazing, including just the base version. And they genuinely made it look like if Spider-Man was Wolverine, but didn't do what the Black Panther suit does and make it look cheap. Okay, right above the Best There Is suit is the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. suit, which is not only a really cool reference, but alone is just a really good suit. And all the styles, except for one, are really good. I don't really have much gripes with this suit. There's not a lot you could do if it's not exactly supposed to look like Spider-Man, but I really like the suit. Alright, next suit is the City Sound suit, which is also the very last suit for Miles, and I seriously love this suit. The tie, the vest, the chain on the pants, the gloves, the shoes, and oh my god, the hat. Okay, this is definitely gonna piss some people off, but I'm sure everyone still watching is pissed at me, but the 10th anniversary suit is one of the most underrated suits in the game. There, I said it. The sweater is nice, the way it kind of doubles as a mask. The one thing I don't like is the shoes. I just feel like they're way too big and Miles' feet are literally slipping out of them while running, but I still love this suit and the other styles look amazing also. Moving on from everybody wanting to burn me at the stake, we're onto the Crimson Cowl suit, aka one of Miles' best suits. I've always loved this suit even in the Miles Morales game, and I still love it in this game. The styles are definitely lacking except for one, which is just a color swap, and of course, the lines. But all around good suit, I really like it. Just barely above the Crimson Cowl suit is the Scarlet 3 suit. This suit is just beautiful. It looks like if I was to lick the spider logo, it would just taste like Jolly Ranchers. It just looks magnificent, and there's still some stupid ass lines, but at least not as much as the Crimson Cowl suit. Definitely an amazing suit, except for the lines. And coming in next is the Across the Spider-Verse suit. Now don't get me wrong, I love this suit. It looks sleek and stylish and just filled with exaggerated swagger of a Spider-Man suit, but I have some issues with it that I'll talk about when we get to the better version of this suit. Right above we got the classic suit. All around stunning suit, nice mix of blue and red without a bunch of useless lines all over the place. Both spider logos are perfect, although I would like the front logo to look a little bigger, but that's not a crazy issue. The styles are okay, I like the color swap, but the blue looks way too close to purple for me, and it makes it not actually look like Spider-Man in my opinion. But yeah, one of the best suits in the game by far and extremely underrated. Now we're on to one of the absolute best Miles suits of all time, being the Miles 2099 suit. There's really nothing I don't like about this suit. The logos are nice, I like the little skull inside of the spider, the eye lenses with the glowing smoke is done amazingly. There are some lines on the suit, but they're not distracting and they're barely noticeable in the first place. I like the little blade looking things on the side of his arm, but I will admit those shoes look like dog shit. And the calves. Now we're on to my top 5 Miles suits, at least in this game. This suit is just perfect. The jacket with the hood up, the cargo pants with this digital camo, the combat boots that actually resemble real shoes, and the front spider logo is barely noticeable, but the back logo is literally mesmerizing. But with that being said, the weird hexagon design on the arms do kind of throw me off. I really don't know why they like to do that design so much, but whatever, still an amazing suit. Here we are with the upgraded classic suit, and I feel like I've made it pretty clear that I don't like lines on suits, especially when they do absolutely nothing, and this suit is the whole reason I feel that way about lines. Because this suit is just so beautiful. The spider logos, while small, are done really nice and is a nice take on a more futuristic Spidey suit, but the lines, dude, I swear the lines on this suit straight up ruin it, and I will always hate Marvel for doing this stupid shit. But nonetheless, it's still a really nice suit, it just feels like it had even more potential. Finishing off A tier, we got the first black suit. Honestly, I like this suit, but for a black suit, I don't hate it by any means, or it wouldn't be at the top of A tier, but there are some things I don't like about the suit. One, this weird armor looking texture. I get the suit is supposed to be protecting Peter, but it also makes him stronger, and that is slightly shown here. But it's shown by his biceps, along with the whole side of the suit being covered in these weird veins that I can't help but stare at any time I use the suit. With that being said, the eyes and spider logos are actually perfect. I wouldn't do anything to change these logos, they look amazing. Very good suit, just not the best black suit. The Bodega Catsuit. Alright, we're finally on to S tier, and I'm gonna get this out of the way. Obviously, this is one of the best Miles suits out there. But one thing I can't help but notice every time I use this suit is the fact that this cat would definitely be dead after 5 minutes in that backpack. We're talking about Spider-Man here, not only Spider-Man, but Miles specifically, who is a lot more spry and does a lot more front flips and back flips through the air. As well as all the air tricks you're doing, this cat would have fallen out of the bag before Miles got anywhere close to a rooftop. I don't understand how a guy who owns a cat just allows his cat to get put in Spider-Man's book bag and gets its life put at risk just so Miles can get some cat bitches. But yeah, nice suit. Alright, after that huge rant, we got the Scarlet Spider, aka the Ben Reilly suit, aka one of the best suits in the first Spider-Man game, and in this one as well. The hoodie with a clearly painted on spider logo, the little hook at the top of the eye lenses, and the other styles are okay, but I really only like the one where it swaps the colors. But of course there are some lines, but I could look past it for this suit. So remember when I was talking about the upgraded classic suit and I said this suit would be so much better if it didn't have the lines, and that's exactly what this suit is. Albeit with a different blue, it looks a lot more shiny, but I don't really mind that. And they also made the spider logo a little bit bigger, as well as making the webbing a lot more noticeable. Instead of it being this white clearish color, it's black and it stands out a lot more. Honestly, probably my favorite Tom Holland suit due to the fact that there's no annoying lines. And next up we got the symbiote suit, which is very similar to the black suit, but they managed to add more veins. Why did I put this in S tier? I mean, the spider logos are very nice, the way the legs are even more jagged and rugged is done amazingly, and the eye lenses have even more curve at the top and doesn't have as much armor, so for that I'll throw it in S tier, why not? Upgraded suit. I love when Spider-Man does a red and black suit, and this is one of the suits where it's done perfectly. The upgraded suit is one of the best suits in the entire game. The red is perfectly vibrant, the black is nice, the webbing is noticeable but not distracting. I like the white spider logo on the back, and there are some lines on the suit, but since the suit is mainly black, you can't really see them. But yeah, great suit. Now for the start of the top 10, we got the Superior Spider-Man suit. I mean, do I really need to explain? I just said that I love when Spider-Man is in red and black, and I love the way it's done here. The way the spider arms on the front logo match with the rest of the black in the suit. The red spider in the back looked weird at first, but I got pretty used to it. The lenses look really sleek and nice, no weird lines, and just all around an amazing suit. Party City Spider-Man. Now, a lot of my bias is coming out right now, but this is honestly one of my favorite and most used suits in the entire game. I love Into the Spider-Verse, and this suit is definitely some of the reason for it. The yellow cape is hilarious. The fact you could tell it doesn't fit at all. It just looks like a funny suit, and that made it one of my favorites. Next up is the Iron Spider suit, which I'm sure is no surprise. I'm always seeing people give this suit its praise, and I 100% understand it. The colors are really vibrant. The logo looks like an actual spider for the most part. I mean, the back logo is literally just a circle, but this is one of the suits that actually manages to make the useless line look somewhat good, and is obviously just 20 times better than that other shitty suit. Next up, we have two suits that are pretty much equal due to how similar they are. We got both Raimi suits, and there isn't much I could say about the Raimi suits that haven't already been said. Colors look beautiful, the logos are amazing, the silver webbing, while weird at first, adds a nice layer of detail, but the eyes. The lenses are something that bothered me so much to the point where I actually thought Spider-Man was a villain seeing the Sam Raimi movies for the first time as a kid. But all around, good suit. The only changes I would make is the eyes, but besides that, I love this suit. And the black version is literally just a recolor with some slight changes to the logos, and there does seem to be some different fabric on the suit, but all the webs and lenses are the same. It's just a black and silver instead of blue and red suit, but it's still a very nice suit. And I mean, how can you hate any Sam Raimi suit, let's be honest. Now we're starting my top 5 best suits out of the whole game. We got the noir suit for Peter, and I mean, do I really even need to explain? I've seen some people say they would have much rather the newer version of the noir suit, but in all honesty, I'd much rather the suit. The trench coat is really the biggest thing for me. I feel like it fits the character amazingly, being this Nazi hunter Spider-Man who's always in the shadows, and for some reason they even have spider legs for this suit, which do look really nice having a matte black look to them, but yeah. I love this suit, and that's why it's in my top 5. Coming in right above the noir suit is the 2099 suit. Now, this suit wasn't my favorite in the other games, but finally, Insomniac listened to us, and now we have a black and red version instead of this weird blue version that we got last time. And they even have a black and white version and this weird-ass neon version that Insomniac are in love with for some reason.
Fuck, it's fine. Fuck, it's fine. Fuck!
But while I do love this suit, I kinda wish there was something on the back. I mean, I get it, there has never been anything on the back, but I wouldn't have minded having the cape or something. But all around a great suit. Okay, now we're in the top 3. These next 3 suits are the best suits in the whole entire game, at least in my opinion. Starting off the top 3, we got the classic black suit, which I'm sure wasn't a surprise. It's just the other black suits, but way sleeker and without all those weird veins on it. Not only the default, but every other style looks amazing, especially the one with the red and blue shine on it. And even the anti-venom one looks really nice. I really don't have much I can say about this suit. It's actually a perfect suit, but so is the other 2 above it. And at the number 2 spot, we got the Into the Spider-Verse suit for Miles. I'm sure this might come as a surprise for some of you, but this is one of my favorite suits in Spider-Man history. Not only in-game suits or movie suits, this is just one of my favorite Spider-Man suits in general. And probably one of my favorite superhero suits too. It's incredibly simple, but still has a story in the suit itself. The spider logo spray painted on with a clear mistake to show how Miles isn't perfect. The little red on the fingertips and on the soles. The lenses are big and comic booky. The webbing is noticeable but doesn't throw it off and just adds a very nice detail to it. There's no stupid lines that add absolutely nothing. It's just an all-around perfect suit and is usually tied with the next suit in my head constantly. And the reason why this suit is so much better than the Across the Spider-Verse suit is because, well, it doesn't have red armpits on it. What the fuck is that? And finally, at the number 1 spot for the best suit in the entire game, we got the TASM 2 suit. I'm sure it's not a surprise to any of you that this suit is at the very top of the tier list. I mean, just look at it. The lenses are perfectly shaped, not too big, not too small. The logos are sleek and work together perfectly with the Peter Parker that uses this suit. The webbing is done nice. There are 2 lines running down the suit, which I could actually see being on an actual suit. The colors look amazing. I swear, I could literally blend this suit up and drink it. It looks so amazing. I literally can't sing the suit's praise enough, and I know I'm not the only person who loves this suit. So that's it. Finally, we're done ranking every suit in Spider-Man 2, all the way from the worst suit at the bottom of F tier, all the way to the best suit at the top of S tier. This video took me a lot longer than I originally expected, but I feel it was worth it. And if you enjoy, feel free to like and subscribe. It's free and you could always change your mind later, except you can't because once you subscribe, you can never unsubscribe. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!